Hey everybody, please let me know if you can hear me. I gotta get my glove on. Still working on this one. I did some updates to this one and I added color to the shoes and I cleaned up a little bit more of the smudge. Hi Timothy Stutt, I think I'm saying your name right. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being here. Let me open up the YouTube page. Okay, the YouTube's up and running. All right, so we've got Facebook and YouTube running. So again, if you can hear me, please let me know. It says my mic is working, so I just want to make sure. David, hey David, how's it going? He says Maduro Asinino. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know Spanish. I apologize. Erica Bay. Hello, Erica. Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Chicken McNobody. That is a great name. Chicken McNobody. That's a great name. But yeah, it looks like you guys, yep, Chicken Nobody says you can hear me. Great. Then I'm going to get started. I just posted yesterday that I was the VP of Don Bluth Studios, and it got a huge response. So if any of you guys said said congratulations, I want to say thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I worked really, really hard, so I'm very glad to be in this position and to actually make new things happen for the public, not just keep rehashing old projects, but actually making brand new stuff like Bluth Fables. And also, Don's working on his autobiography, which is almost done, and then we start sending it to agents to get it published. So there's some really cool things happening. Don's book and Bluth Fables, and I'm glad to be part of that to make it happen. Arif the Fox says, hey, I'm here. Welcome, Arif. Sarah says, congrats again. Thank you so much, Sarah. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. Erica says, hello. Oh, you already said that. I can hear you good. Jose, Daniel Rodriguez, hi. Hey, how's it going? David, hey, David, how's it going? David Villarreal. I'm going to stop saying last names because I'm just going to butcher them, and I really apologize. Rebecca, yes, we can hear you good. David, love from Mexico, cool. Jen, hello. Hey, how's it going? Lance, hello. Hey, Lance. Thank you so much, Lance. Lou says, oh, the rag is still blue. Yes, it is. We chose that, remember? We chose for it to be blue, so it's going to be blue. In fact, today, I was going to see what you guys want his wristwatch color to be. It's probably just going to be one color, but we're going to figure that out probably first. So get you guys' opinions on that. Eric over on YouTube says, congratulations, thank you. And Chicken Nick Nobody says, so exciting over on YouTube as well. Katrina Stroud, I think I said her name right. Congratulations, Lavelle. Also saw your desk, very jealous. Yeah, that desk is awesome. It's very low to the ground, but as long as I put my chair down further, I can draw on it easily. It's a beautiful desk. It's so cool. I'm so happy to have it. Erica says, sounds awesome. Yeah. Michael Duffy, hello from Centralia, Washington. Hey, hello. Let's see. Chicken Nobody says, oh, so again, I am Lavalle Lee from Don Bluth Studios. You might also know me from traditionalanimation.com. We were going to do a huge announcement on the YouTube channels. But yeah, it's best to watch on YouTube because it's got a higher DPI, which is or higher resolution that I've been told from some of the people who've watched. And so it'd be good to go over there to, it's like youtube.com/Lavalle Lee. Again, on the bottom left, it says there, subscribe to youtube.com/Lavalle Lee, and let's build it up. Ruzgar says, want me? No, I do not, but thanks for joining. Tarong, hey, welcome back. I saw you last week. That's awesome. Izza, hey, Izza. Izza is actually a student of Don's, and Don, no thanks, Rugar. That would not be nice. Izza is actually a student from Don Bluth University. So I'm glad, yep, Philadelphia, PA. Glad to have you in here, Izza. And you did a great job. Today was class, and he did a great job. They're working on their short for Don Bluth University, and a lot of good talent coming out of Don Bluth University. A full year really gets you your animation blood pumping, that's for sure. But cool. I'm going to actually get started. So, first thing I'm going to ask you guys, because I like to make sure you guys and girls get to be part of this. Just came to send positive vibes to y'all. Thanks, Jose. Hey, Charles Moss, what's going on? Um, he's not. He's looking at a crown. So yeah, so um, let's choose the color of the wristwatch. So what do you guys think? I think a good color for it. We could try anything, but I want to get you guys. I want to make sure it's more, you know, fan involved. There we go. That's awesome to say. So, what color do you think? Right now, it's just a see-through white. Sarah says maybe have a green teal like the bow tie. Yeah, it can't be exactly the same though. I don't think we should do that, but it could be close. Or maybe I could try. Let me try the same thing. Let's see what that looks like. I have to create a level just for the watch. Let's see. Kango watch. So let me get in there and color it and see if this is a good color that you guys will like for the watch. Let's see. And I hope you guys like the whole us being. Let me get this right here too. Oh no, that's not good. I hope you guys like that I'm making it so you guys can be part of this, which I think is fun. Not many people do that. So, but there's the wristwatch, the same color. What do you think? Do you think we should just leave it like that? Jarrett says gold. Let's try gold. Maybe up here. Now, something I taught in one of the other classes, classes. I was just doing Don Bluth University earlier today, so sorry. In other live streams, was I taught how to use this really cool feature in Clip Studio Paint where you can take a single layer, and in that layer, whatever color is on that layer, you can just repaint it by choosing a color over here at the paint bucket area. Well, down here, it's the, I think, what do you call it? The color picker. And then you go up to edit and say change color of line to drawing. And then boop, it changes the color of everything on that layer. So now the watch is gold. What do you guys think of gold? Landon on YouTube says, I'm a little out of the loop. I heard about the promotion, but this is probably my first time hearing of Bluth Fables. Yeah, Bluth Fables is a project that we're working on. It's going to be our first, well, not really our first project. We've done a few other projects that we're trying to get off the ground or do some pitches and stuff. But this is the first one we're actually like just throwing out there to the public and getting people interested. Bluth Fables is basically, it's like Don's writing Aesop fables or nursery rhymes, and then he'll narrate these nursery rhymes, and it'll be like a book that the pages will flip, and then you'll hear Don doing the narration for each of the pages. So here's another page over here. So each page will have narration. It'll be in the form of video, and then what we're planning on doing is turning it into a book, because Don wrote about 12 of these Bluth fables or nursery rhymes, and we're maybe going to turn it into a book, and then people can actually buy it on Amazon and stuff and read to your kids or study the artwork or any of that stuff, just so you can have a hard copy of it. So thanks, Marcos, for the like. So that's what this is. And today I was going to get done. I was at the office and we did the school, and we were going to do narration, but then a lot of other things popped up because we're also working on the Don Bluth theater. It's got some progress. They start building the walls, so the theater's gonna be up in January. So they got the contractors in there. So we're just doing a lot of things at once, but it's a lot of fun, and it's always good to stay busy. Erica says green for the band like the tie. So you think, okay, so let me try that. Let me go in here. But now we've got separate colors. I don't know. I kind of like it being just one color. Multiple colors, I'm not quite sure. Or light gray. Let me try the light gray. That's actually a good idea. But see, most of this, like the background, we're not coloring the background, so most of the background is going to be gray. So I don't want to use grays really and just make the characters really bright. Yeah. I think I like the gold. Oh, that looks nice too. Again, Don's going to be the final say on this, so we got to make sure it's good. Otherwise, Don will say, nope, we're changing it. Chicken McNobody on YouTube says, definitely a light color so it doesn't blend with the pants. That's true. That's very true. Sarah says, CSP, Clip Studio Paint, such a great program. Made the switch from Photoshop a while ago. Yeah, I love this program. I mean, it also doesn't take up as much resources. When you open up Photoshop, you know, it takes an hour to load. Maybe not an hour, but, you know, it takes a while to load. But it takes up so much of your computer's resources. Clip Studio doesn't. It just opens up easy. You dig the gold a lot, huh? I lost the gold in the undoing. Let me see. Yeah, I lost the gold. So that's 2 votes on gold. So I think we're going to just go with a gold. Then we can move on to other things, not spend too much time on the little watch. I love gold, Charles says. Okay, gold is going to be. Landon says, I need to consider getting Clip Studio Paint. I hear so many great things about it. Yeah, you definitely should. It's a great program, and it's got so many options. As long as you've got Adobe, Photoshop and Clip Studio, interesting. Good. Okay, so let's go over here. Lance Katz over on Facebook says, at Issa, not far from here. So you guys are close to each other. That's awesome. Maybe you guys should get together and draw together. That's always fun, meeting other artists online. Zero says, muted, blued, or muddy gold. We're going with gold. Keith Chan says, nice color contrast. Thanks. Issa says, cool at Lance. Yeah. I've met a lot of artists online, and you know, at conventions or meeting at artist gatherings and stuff like that. And you meet really cool people when you meet other artists. It's hard to find artists. You can't just walk on the street and say, are you an artist? Are you an artist? Are you an artist? It's better to find groups and then just get together. And then you guys can, you know, learn together, grow together, that kind of stuff. Katrina Stroud, hey, another Don Bluth University student. She loving Don Bluth University. You're doing a great job, Katrina. I know that for sure. Rebecca Johnson, love the gold. Another vote for gold. Daniel says, is this for a future animated feature? No, this is not for a future animated feature. This is something we're going to be giving away for free for the fans. So it's going to be an online, like on YouTube and on Facebook, where you can actually watch it and hear Don read off to you these separate pages. For the first one, it's not going to be too, because we want to get one out there, but the future ones are going to be a little different. They're going to keep progressing and being different and being more interactive, we're hoping. And but yeah, it's not a feature. It's only a 4-paragraph nursery rhyme, so it's only going to be 4 pages that flip, and Don does the reading. And but yeah, not a feature. It says cool. Yes, very cool. Erica says so true. Okay, so let's get back to work over here. So what I'm actually doing and working on today is going to be the lion. The lion, as you notice, for some of you who are new, yes, like book, but it's Daniel. It's going to be like a book. It's like you can watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Don will have an area. Let me zoom out here. So like it'll be in the form of a book and a video, and then underneath you'll see text or above, and that'll be Don reading this nursery rhyme. And then the pages will flip over. Let me draw. It'll flip over to the next pages like you're actually reading a book with Don. And we're working on the logo right now. So there's a lot of stuff still needing to be done. In the future, there might be maybe some light movement and animation on these, but we're hoping to turn this into an actual physical book in the long run after we've done like 12 or 14 of them. So yeah, there you go. So, okay, so for those of you who are new, oops, let me do that. What I'm doing is a thing called smudge up. And smudge up is where you're basically cleaning out all this gunk. Because when you first got this, there was smudge everywhere. In fact, I'll show you. Let's see, turn that off. Okay, so you can see there's smudge in the bunny on the old drawing. Here, let me get rid of this. So that's the original drawing. You can see the smudge everywhere. I cut it out with a lasso tool to get closer though. But so what we're doing is we're cleaning up all the extra smudge. So here, let me turn that off and turn that on. So you'd be able to, so they're basically like a cleanup drawing that you can color. Daniel says, that's awesome. Sorry for so many questions. The idea of Don creating new things is like amazing. I know, right? Instead of working off the old stuff and redrawing old characters, I practically begged the man and say, let's make something new for the fans. Hey, new follower, MD. Thank you so much on YouTube. But I was like, Don, you've got so much creative energy, and we've got a little bit of time because the virus and everything. So let's make something new outside of the pitches and shorts that we're working on and his autobiography. Let's do something that's just for the fans, and it's 100% brand new, and that's this. So that's what we're doing. So let me get in here and start doing this before I just keep talking and never stopping. And again, if you're new, I rant sometimes, so I apologize. Let me know if I'm ranting. Sarah says on YouTube, can't wait to see the finished product so I can show them to my cousin's son. Yes, that's great. We'd love kids to like grow up and know these nursery rhymes. I mean, how amazing would that be? I mean, imagine being a kid and you heard Don Bluth nursery rhymes growing up, and then it'd be with you for the rest of your life, like Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. That kind of stuff. That is, I mean, and Don he went to college and he graduated with an English major. He didn't go to college for animation. He went to college for an English major. So, and he writes a lot of the scripts and all that for his films. So why not? Okay, so here we go. Let's get in here. Start de-smudging. Arif says, where is this going to show when it's finally finished? It'll just make sure you're on our social media and the YouTube and everything, so it'll be everywhere. Believe me, it'll be on traditional animation. It'll be everywhere. I'll make sure that everyone sees it. Don't worry. Jarrett says, came over here from the Facebook link. Thank you so much, Jarrett. So what I'm doing right now, the extra lines, the overlapping lines that were in, I usually zoom in more, that were in the drawing. So then it'll be nice and clean, and then I can go in there and I can, and all the shading. We just sat down and came up with this idea, and we're like, okay, so how are we going to portray this? So Bluth Fables might evolve over time to be, could be animated, it could be that, something more basic. That's the biggest thing, is like, Don gets tons of fan mail, and on traditional animation, everyone's like, we want to see more animation art and concepts and model sheets and all kinds of stuff like that. And we figure, well, let's do something. And that's what we're doing. And again, if you got questions during this stream, please don't be shy. Go ahead and ask questions. Again, we say in our new mission statement for Don Bluth Studios is that we're trying to be more transparent. In the past, most studios, unless we're bound by contract, we're going to be 100%, open about what we're doing. And that's what's great about this Bluth Fables, that it's not being made for some studio. It's being made for the fans. And that's what's important. Because what are you without the fans, What's the point of making something if no one's going to watch it? But yes, go ahead and ask questions. Let me get rid of all this gunk. So what I do also on this is I go around the lines and clean up the lines. If you're new here, you might say, well, why doesn't he use the auto select tool? Or why doesn't he use the lasso tool or a blend tool? Well, the way that I've done it here is I'm trying not to destroy Don's line. So if you end up using, I showed this in a different example, but if you end up using the auto select tool, it'll eat the line. Even if you feather it, too much, then it leaves some space. Then you go in there and have to erase anyway. So I just go this way. Plus, I believe that this is very therapeutic. Just sitting here and coloring and de-smudging. Usually I'll have music playing and just listen to music and just do this, and it's very relaxing. His arm is nice and clean. So I got to get in here. Let's see. Go over in the chat. I mean, the animated book, will this be published? Well, the book is not, you can't publish animation. So it's going to be a book that you open up the pages, because you can't open a book and stuff's animated. Arif. But that would be cool. That might be the technology of the future. When holograms and stuff are invented, you might be able to open a book and boop, it's like all this holographical stuff happening, like in those futuristic movies. That is a future that I am definitely looking forward to, and I'm sure most of you are as well. I think that would be a great time. Or like Star Trek with like the holodeck and all that kind of stuff. Now I'm nerding out, so I apologize if you don't like nerdy stuff. But that is going to be the future, and that's going to be awesome. Okay, so that is nice and clean. I'm probably going to leave this because this is his hair, and then I just clean underneath. So let me go over to the feet, start cleaning the feet. Let's see, so we're on Facebook. Let's see. Transparency is great, Katrina says, and inspiring to watch the process. Yes, I might. We actually. I'm probably going to be hiring someone to help me because again, there's so many things we're doing, and I can only do like one live stream a week, and we want to get these things made. So I've got someone that we hired before that we're gonna bring in and help me with some of the pages, but he's just gonna do some de-smudging and I'll color them. So he's gonna be part of some of the future ones, so we can move a little quicker for you guys, because this single fable I've been doing for over 2 weeks now, and it really shouldn't take that long if there's multiple people working on it. So I'm hiring someone to help us just to get it done a little quicker for you guys, so it will be complete. But you're not going to miss out. You still get to see everything. You just won't watch him de-smudge. But you'll watch me paint and color and everything. And if there's new colors to be had, I figure on every single Bluth Fable, if there's something we don't have a color of, I'm going to ask the public, you guys, your opinion on what the color should be, and then we'll find out later if Don accepts that color. So it's almost like it's a contest. You don't win anything, but you get to be part of, the live stream and history of it being created, and being part of the choosing of the color. Just like today. I mean, it was just a little watch, but last week we did a color of the actual lion himself. So, and Don accepted that, and one of the little goblin creatures. And Don accepted both those colors, so we did great. And I also definitely appreciate the help. Rome wasn't, I say this a lot, but Rome was not built by one man or in a day. So I definitely could use the help. Let's see. All right. So as you see, I just went all around it. Let me zoom out and look at that foot. Yeah, that's just extra. See, this is just extra lineage. So what I'll do is I'll go in there and go over here and try to keep it consistent. And then go up, go down a little, and then keep it consistent. Go up, clean that. And it doesn't need to be perfect because, in all honesty, this is 500 DPI. So we're really, really, really like zoomed in. Let's see. Sarah says, so like Treasure Planet opening. I don't remember the Treasure Planet opening, but think maybe like Pinocchio opening. I mean, we even talked about crafting a book, an actual physical book, and then recording it being opened like on Pinocchio. And then you go in and then there's the logo and everything, and then it fades into the story. So I think that would be cool. The old-fashioned stuff. The stuff that basically inspired Don to be an animator back when he was a kid. And bringing back old things that have been since lost. Okay, let's see who else. Charles Moss, no, I am not. And that is not part of Don Bluth Studios, so I'm not able to talk about that. I am contractually obligated not to talk about that project. I apologize. And that is also not part of this new company. Jared says, I've seen a few children's interactive books. Maybe one could be like that. I have not seen ones with, I don't know, I'm not sure what you mean by interactive, like where there's audio or something and you push a button. Probably not something like that. it'd be more like a book that you can just buy and it won't be too expensive. So, I mean, the more doodads and gadgets you add to a book, the more expensive it is to create. We learned that when we did this one other art book that we did. So the bigger it is, with more, you know, interactivity or audio or something like that. I mean, also the size of the book matters too, because if you get a giant book, the printing, everything is depends on um, the cost, and we want to make sure this book is not too expensive, so everybody can get a copy, and that's what's important. So if you don't have a lot of money, you can still afford to buy Bluth Fables and read it to your family and stuff. Not only that, families, they've got a lot of kids and stuff, so they probably have a lot of things to pay for, diapers, food, schooling, clothes, all that kind of stuff. So it'd be good to do something that's affordable instead of something that's too expensive. Because I've seen books for like $50. A lot of art of books are like $50 and stuff like that. And it's just like, whoa. Let's see. Carlos says, hi. Hey, Carlos. Welcome. Sarah says, it's so cool to have community contributions. Yes, I agree. I think it's fun. And then if Don hates it, I could just blame you guys. No, I'm just kidding. Or maybe that's actually a good idea. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let me erase this out of here. Then as I erase each part, I'll zoom out and we can see what it looks like. Carlos says, very good. Thank you, Carlos. Daniel says, are you, and you were saying these are all drawings, has to be done in the past, and then maybe one day he'll draw new stuff? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. And you were saying these were all drawings he has done in the past. No, this is all brand new. These Bluth Fables are all brand new. He drew these ones right here that you're seeing right now. He drew these probably 4 weeks ago. And there's another one ready for me to start working on that he probably drew 2 weeks ago. So, but he's drawing, there's 14 stories he wrote, and he wrote those maybe 2 months ago or 3 months ago. And then now we're starting to actually put them together. So this is all brand new, 100% brand new characters, brand new project, brand new ideas. So what app is this? Clip Studio? Yes, Isa, this is Clip Studio. I use it for de-smudging and coloring, mostly. I don't use it for animation or anything like that, but I do use it for, look at that, nice little leg, nice and open. Arif says, I always watch these streams and videos of people drawing and I get motivated. That's good. In fact, you don't have to technically watch, or you can have it running on a separate screen on the side and just draw with me. Take out a tablet, take out a pad, oops, why am I doing that? Take out a portfolio book or an art book or anything and just start drawing. I mean, it's always good if you find motivation to draw, do it. Because some people have a hard time finding that motivation. And when you can't find that motivation, it gets frustrating. And I know. Sometimes I've had to force myself to work. And then, the first maybe 20 minutes of my work ends up being awful. But after that, I start to feel a little better and I get my mojo back. So definitely, I mean, if you are motivated to draw, do it. And just listen. You can listen along or watch along. Or, if you like, draw these characters. Learn these characters, draw these characters. And, yeah, because we actually had somebody ask if they could do some fan art of these characters. And we're like, well, of course. By all means. All right, let's clean up this foot. That's a huge line on the left. Probably going to have to make it a little thinner so it's not so huge. I'm pretty good with the marquee tool, but I mean that's also because of the Cintiq. If I was using a mouse, it'd be terrible. Yeah, this is pretty huge. Let me zoom out and see how that looks. No, I mean, unless Don says something, I'll make it thinner, but for now, I just leave it like that. Katrina says, how long would Don spend on one of these drawings on average? That is a great question, and I don't know. I mean, the man draws he doesn't sit there and do construction because he literally can just draw things perfectly. As you notice, like you see all these lines going through, he is really good at just boom, 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 just drawing fast. And that's all that experience he's had throughout the years where he'll see it on the piece of paper and then he just brings it to life. So I don't think it takes him that long. Plus, I mean, I'll leave one day, come back the next, and he's got pages for me. So, and then he's going faster than I can smudge up and paint. So he's pretty fast. Carlos says, congratulations on your promotion. Thank you so much. Arif says, I'm drawing a rabbit at the moment because I was motivated by this stream. That is awesome. And you know what you could do? You could always post it in the traditional animation group and stuff. And I pretty much see everything that goes in the traditional animation group. And if you say, this is a fan art of Bluth Fables, I'll even show it to Don. All right, let's see. Erica Bay says, just curious, what program do you use to animate? I don't use any program to animate. I still animate on pencil and paper. And then what I do from there is I scan it. I scan it from pencil and paper and then bring it in to here, Clip Studio, knock out the background, and color it. That's how I do it. And that's how we did the Dragon's Lair pitch presentation 4 or 5 years ago. And another, hold on. And then a few of the other things like the short we're working on. I guess now that the cat's out of the bag, I could probably mention that we worked on a live action. This is breaking news. So all you guys who are here are going to get breaking news. And because I want you guys to keep coming back. But we actually worked on, Don did some animation, I did some in-betweening, and we hired 2 cleanup artists to work on, I don't know if you can hear this, but my dog's drinking water in the background. It's distracting. We worked on a short that actually won Don an award for animation, and he just got that. And we worked on that. It was called Circus Sam. And it's a live action short, about 40 minutes long. And there's a small little piece of hand-drawn animation in it that Don did. It's not available to the public. It only went into the, what is it called? It only went into contests or festivals. But it's not on DVD or anything like that. It's only a 45-minute short. And we did that project. Because, see, Don Bluth Studios has been around now because we created Don Bluth Studios about 2 years ago, but now we're just talking about it. So I've actually been the VP for a little longer. We're just now announcing it. But we did work on a project that brought some money in, and we were able to start working on a pitch and a short that we will be talking about in the future when there's something to show. Because right now Don's just doing like writing, so there's no graphics to show. So it's just Don writing treatments and stuff like that, and working with a script writer. So, but yeah, it's called Circus Sam. And if you Google it, you might be lucky and maybe see one of Don's art. In fact, I hope it doesn't ruin the stream, but let me actually try to find something to show you guys. Circus Sam. It has Carrie Ellis in it. I mean, you could see some of this. But yeah, we did a little animation in this. That was just hand-drawn animation. There's the logo. And it was a fun little project. I mean, it's not fully animated. It's just pencil tests. But yeah, so we did do something with Don Bluth Studios already, but I was tipping my feet in the water, trying out being a production guy and a VP. So when that got released and Don won an award, I took a picture of the award, but it's not on the computer. I can maybe show next time. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. But again, it's live action. It's not a animated film or anything like that. And Don just did a little bit of animation and drawings for it. Go around. It's not a Don Bluth production. It's not created by us. It's almost like, when Eric Goldberg's team and Richard Williams' team would do like commercials or things like that. We just got hired. We were hired help. But we want to do things that are our own projects, and that will be coming up in the future. As well as this. All right. Well, let me clean this over here a little bit. There we go. Nice tail. Okay. So let me go over here and look at the comments. Erica says, oh no, Sarah says, way ahead of you. I'm working on my animatic for the semester short film while we've got this on. That is awesome. That motivates me too. Tom says, I love and get the respect for Sir Bluth's pencil lines. But wouldn't it be easier to digitally ink? Digitally ink or use smudges and pencil lines as shadow layer for other colors? Here's the thing. Digital always looks digital. You cannot replicate the beauty of a pencil on paper. The sound, the smell, the look. As much as these programs out there are desperately trying to do it, it's like they're trying to erase pencil lines, it will always look digital. So we want this to look fresh, clean, and classic. And you can't get that with digital. Just looks, I don't know, sometimes phony, you know? So we're trying to, I mean, you can't, if you go digital, it'll take away the charm. And also, it'll take away Don's line. Don does not draw digitally. So we'd have to hire a cleanup artist that does digital art, and then there goes Don's line. These are all Don's pencil lines. 100% Don's pencil lines. So you get to see his art the way it was made. And you won't get that with digital. And on digital, you got digital is so forgiving. You can undo, keep going. It's vector, bitmap, you know, all that junk. But here, pencil lines, every line you put down, you got to make sure that that's the line you want. Because if you erase, it leaves, you know, little erase marks and you can see what you erased. So it's a classical, traditional style, and we're going to stick with it. Okay, so let's see. Sarah says, hopefully I can find some time to draw some of these characters in between schoolwork. Well, don't overdo yourself. That's another thing is you never want to burn yourself out because that can happen very easily, especially when you're in school. So if you're in school doing art and then you go home and do art and then you go to bed and you dream art and then you wake up while you're brushing your teeth, you're doing art, you're going to burn yourself out and that's not fun. And then you end up taking long breaks because I've burnt myself out a couple times. I've taken breaks and then I come back and doing art isn't like riding a bike. You have to relearn things and get good again. And then you're back to practicing and might take a week, might take 2 weeks, could take a month to get back on track, depending on how long you took. Oops. There it is. Kind of ate the line there. There we go. Tom says, also congratulations on the promotion. Thank you so much, Tom. Erica says, I still have the Don's DVDs. Yes, that was 11 years ago. That was a long time ago. Hey, Joshua. Oh, beautiful cleanup so far, right? Look at that. That looks great. And as soon as he's cleaned, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to clean and color him today. So we'll get him nice. I'll get at least his color of his skin or his fur, and I'll clean up his. I mean, I'm pretty much done cleaning him up. The face. Look at that face. You see why we do smudge up? This is why we do smudge up. This is all a bunch of extra stuff when Don was drawing, trying to find what face or what pose the character was going to be. So even Don will sit there and try to find what he was looking for. Tom says, I have Don's Art of Storyboard book and Art of Animation Drawing. It's ridiculous how much info and skills lessons there can be in those books, still comprehensible and digestible. Yes, those books are great. I have both of them as well. I've had both of them for years, even before I met Don 11 years ago. So they're great books, and I mean, I love those books. I've learned a lot. I've done some of the lessons in them too. Len says, I've kept both of those as well. That's awesome. And Jared has them as well. Yeah, you all have his books. That's awesome. You know, those books are actually worth a lot of money. Online, like they're like $200 because they're so rare. So you can get those books. I mean, it's hard to find those books. And I'll give you the story on why they're rare. That's going to be cool. Carlos says, it'd be great to see a new animated Don Bluth project again. Is it valid to compare Don like Hayao Miyazaki? Well, I mean, Hayao Miyazaki is the legend of Japan. The only living legend, living legend of Japan. Don Bluth is the living legend of animation in America. So there's no problem with that. In fact, at one time I was trying to get Don to meet Hayao Miyazaki, but I failed because Japan is so far away and Japan is closed off. You can't even go to Japan. People from Japan can't even come here. Figure out a project of ours that gets big real quick. Let's see. What app is this? How long did Don spend? Rule and digital drools. Katrina says on YouTube, I always prefer my pencil lines to digital work. I'll tell you guys about why the art of Don Bluth and the art of storyboard books that Don created are so rare. They are rare because they were in a warehouse that flooded. And there was, what? I don't know the exact number, but it was in the multi-thousands. Probably where all the books came from, the distribution. It flooded and they were all destroyed. So that's why the art of the art of animation and the art, I think it's the art of animation drawing and the art of storyboard are so rare right now because that's all that was made that got out there. And then after that, all the ones that were going to be sold were all flooded and disgusting and not being able to be sold. So it is a huge bummer about that. But I mean, you could still, collectors, you could still find them, but they're like $200. But that's the reason why they are so rare, is because, and the company was Dark Horse. And I think it's not the same Dark Horse comic. I think it's a different Dark Horse. But they weren't, I don't know if they're still around or anything, but those books basically are a product of history now. But our plan right now is to create new books like Bluth Fables, Don's autobiography. Maybe down the line, we could turn, Don could do a book on animation or something, or drawing, but right now we've got too many things going on to where we could create an art book, because that would take a lot of time and effort. And we're trying to do new projects like this, and we already got a book coming out, so we want to give things to the fans that are, like this. This is kind of interactive, new characters and stuff like that, and an art book would be just another art book. So he's got two out there. They're just really rare, and it sucks so bad that they were destroyed. But I got my copy, and I know we gave out copies during the campaign too, like digital copies. So a lot of people have those too, where they have the actual digital copies of those books, because we digitized them. We took them in and turned them into, I think, PDFs. So, and those are floating around there somewhere too. Let's see. Get these lines. Just want to make sure I can get him completely clean so then we can color him. All right. We go over here. I even have the animated films of Don Bluth by John Qualley. I think I've heard of that, but again, that book is somebody else's book about Don. Just wait. Don's book is going to be his autobiography written by him and him alone. And that is going to be an awesome book. And he goes in depth about everything. I've read a lot of the pages, and there's things I even learned. Especially, my favorite things are like when he worked with Bing Crosby and Michael Jackson, like hearing those stories. Those are awesome. Sarah says, man, could you imagine a Miyazaki Bluth co-production, right? The thought has me drooling. Me too. Crystalline says, wow, that's why his books are so rare. Dang. Yep, and you get to hear it first. I love giving out these tidbits during these live streams. I think it's a lot of fun. Joshua says, wow, I found my art of storyboard from a used bookstore. Yeah, there's a bookstore here called Half Price Books, and if you're not in America, it might be an American thing. Not all states have them, but I know there's some in Minnesota because that's where I'm from. There's some in Arizona. There's like 4 of them in Arizona. I know there's one in Florida because I used to live in Florida, and I missed that store because they'd always have all the rare stuff. But they would even sell the book for $200, which is like, yeah, that's a lot of money. My book, not to brag, but my book I got signed when I first met Don in person at the first master class in 2010. I says, "Can you please sign my book?" And then as soon as I did that, because everyone was afraid in the master class to ask Don to sign anything, but the second I went up there to get him to sign something, everybody else went and started, and then it was like a line of people asking uh, Don to sign because everyone was so afraid to ask. But me, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna ask because what is he gonna say? No. Well, then he says no. So yeah. So then he signed it for me, and it says to Laval. So I mean, it's not worth anything because it says to Laval. Um, but it's personalized, so it means more because it's personalized. Plus, I never would sell it anyway. I'm not in this for the money. I'm in this for the love of art and animation. So if you're joining animation and you're thinking you're going to be rich, think again. If you're doing it, just know you're going to struggle a lot, and it's going to be a lot of hard work, and you probably are not going to be living in a mansion. You might be comfortable, have a house and a car and stuff if you work in production, but you're not going to become rich. That's for sure. Sorry to disappoint you. If that just totally bummed you out, I'm so sorry. But I mean, there was a time where the Disney artists they made so much money and had lawyers and stuff, and they negotiated with the lawyers to get them these big bonuses and stuff like that. And they went out and bought cars and stuff. So hopefully a lot of them saved their money because they end up losing their jobs later because CG took over. So, it sucks. All right, let me get in here. I can see my dog. Her name is Pepper. She's really restless. She's just moping around. It's like, will you stop live streaming and play with me? I will, Pepper. Just give me some time. I need to finish this. Let's see. Jarrett says, I never knew that. Landon says, whoa, that's a shame. I know. Those books, but when flooding happens, there's nothing you can do. I was upset. I was upset when I found out. I was like, well, why didn't they put them on shelves, like way high up? But it is what it is. Jared says, and no, I'm not willing to sell mine. I totally understand. Erica on YouTube says it's the same as the comics. I actually got mine from an online comic book shop. Yeah, there are a couple comics. Don has comics out there, but he didn't actually do the comics. That was somebody else that did it. DHS Press Books. Yes. Landon says, my copy of the art storyboard was clearly used from a library that my mom got me. Nothing wrong with that. That means it was used and someone made good use of it. So hopefully you do too. Joshua says, I got to find the animation book now. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. The art of animation drawing is still in pretty good condition. Even got Donna Gary to sign it. That's awesome. That is very awesome. Let's see over here. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Once you start commenting, when I start working, I lose track of where the comments are. So then I've got to dig. What did I ask or what did I read already? Let's see. Katrina says, I thought I didn't look too bad. So sad about those books. Yes, definitely. You should post it up on Traditional Animation. Say, this is my first thing in Clip Studio. Another thing, you guys, always post your artwork online. And the best place to do it is the largest Facebook group in the world, which is Traditional Animation Facebook group. Just go in there and post up a storm, post your artwork, animation, concepts, all that stuff. I thought I didn't look too. Oh, you said that. This is awesome. Thank you so much for this gift for all of us. You got it, Issa. Brian says ink and paint continues. Very cool. Yeah, welcome back, Brian. Do you guys use the animation desk my father sent you guys? Yes, I believe so. Caden says, my sister just started drawing on her iPad. Do you have any experience doing this and advice in doing so? No, not yet. I pretty much just draw on pencil and paper. That's my thing. But I've seen some amazing things with this program or app called Procreate. I have an iPad, but my iPad's like 6 years old, 7 years old. So nothing works on it. That's what sucks about these tablets. Like you'll buy an iPad and they'll be like, sorry, your iPad's too old to work anything. even when you update it, it just can't do anything. And that's Apple's plan on just buying an iPad just to use Procreate. But my girlfriend has a new iPad she bought, so I was thinking about asking her if I could pry it away from her to use um, her brand new iPad and maybe try out Procreate. But again, I'm a traditional artist, pencil paper. I am starting to get into digital art and coloring and stuff. It's my worst subject is like painting digitally, so I've got to work on that. But my passion is definitely with hand drawn pencil art and animation and pencil tests and doing in betweens of Don's drawings and stuff. I mean, though that's always a huge joy for me, especially when he approves my cleanups or my cleanups, my in betweens. I do not know how to do cleanup. That's something I do not know how to do. Cleanup is a whole nother animal when it comes to animation. Get in here, get the lower lip. There you go. Let's zoom out and let me just clean a little bit over here. Let's zoom out and actually see how this looks now. So I've been zoomed in for a while here. I'm sure you guys want to see. There you go. So he's perfectly clean right now. I think that's his arm there. I have to figure out what that is. But there's his head. So I'm almost done with the head. Then I'll color him up, and then we'll have a nice colored lion. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking for the newest comment. But yes, Kaden, I hope that helps you. I mean, if anything, have her learn Procreate, because that's the thing I see everybody doing. So you always jump on the bandwagon. Brian says, back in 98, I was in college. My first animation instructor assigned us an in-between project using 2 keys of Anastasia. That's awesome. Were they the human Were they the human Anastasias, or was it like Bartok or something? Because in-betweening humans is, woo! Very difficult. I've done it many times, but it is difficult. In-betweening a little character like Bartok, easy. And fun. He gave us 2 weeks to do all the in-betweens as indicated on the timing chart. I believe it was 6 total. Favors galore. So you might have actually had a breakdown in there, not just in-betweens. So you might have done a breakdown and in-betweens. Unless, I'd have to see the chart. But if you did a breakdown, breakdowns are also different than in-betweens. Different, another completely no underlight. We would stop and lecture while doing it. We stood with confused feeling and disappointment in ourselves and complete awe over his demonstration. We weren't in-betweening arcs properly, and I don't think any of us could get on model right. That's okay, though. A few of us spent that summer re-registering key drawings and in-betweening them for practice. 14 plus days just to do it better. 14 plus hour drawing of the human, the main character. That's crazy. I bet you he did that just to trick you guys. There's probably a breakdown. Was there a breakdown in it? I know you know what breakdowns are now. Now you're professional. But was there a breakdown in it? So he says, do these in-betweens, and he threw in a breakdown, which is completely different than an in-between. So that's why you probably all failed, because he didn't send you to swim in the kiddie pool. He threw you in the deep end. Said, here, do this breakdown. Because some breakdowns can be quite difficult. I'm sure everybody in here knows what a breakdown is, right? Okay, so let me get back in here and make sure I clean him up so we can color him up. I also wanted to mention, next week, I'm usually doing these on Thursdays. I will not be doing next Thursday. I am going to be in California. And in the realm of transparency, no, I'm not going there to pitch or anything. I am going there to pick up animation cells. Animation cells from TV shows that have already been done. I collect animation cells, and a buddy of mine is selling me a few of his, and I really want them. And I don't want him to send them, because sometimes you send cells, they get ruined or paint will chip, and these are Swan Princess cells. And I'm like, I'm just going to drive out there, because it's only an hour, it's only 5 hours, 5.5 hours to California from where I am, or to LA. So I'm going to be in California next week picking up animation cells. Swan Princess cells. Maybe some, he's got some Elvin and Chipmunk cells too, but I haven't decided whether I want those. but he's basically just getting rid of all of his cells, and I'm like, well, I want first dibs. And he said, well, of course. So, but I haven't decided whether I want the. He's got some page master cells too, but none of the main characters. Just like a couple of the books. I would love to have a page master cell of like all the cast or of the Macaulay Culkin character with the books. That would be awesome. But he only has a couple of those, and it's just the books. So, but I know the Swan Princess cells he has are amazing. It's of the main characters and the Swan. I think he's got even a Swan transformation. I'm like, jeez, yeah, I want that. That looked good on my wall. So I won't be doing a live stream next week, but that means the following week I will definitely be doing a live stream, and I'll try to make up for it and do an extra one. How does that sound? So I'll do 2 in a week. Also next week, I wish Disneyland was open because I was hoping to go to Disneyland because I could get in there for free. I have friends that work there, but Disneyland is not. Disney World is open, but that's Florida. But I would love. I haven't been to Disneyland in forever, and I would love to go there. But unfortunately, it's not open. If they all of a sudden open like this weekend, it's like we're open, I would faint because then I'd get to go. Because I know I haven't seen the new Star Wars land, and I've been really curious, or the new Toy Story stuff. I want to see all that. So, but until they open, can't go. Unfortunately, I heard Downtown Disney was open, but I haven't heard anything since. They might have closed it. So I know California has that virus bug thing is terrible in California, where it's like really high there. So that's why most things are really closed, is because their numbers are really, really, really high. Here in Arizona, our numbers are really low, so mostly everything is open. I don't know what's like in your country where you are or what state you are in, if you're in America, but here in Arizona, the numbers are really low. So you can go to the grocery store, you can go to restaurants, you can go to a movie theater. You can pretty much do so you don't sit next to anybody unless it's your own party. But oh, on YouTube, I missed a whole bunch on YouTube. I am so sorry, guys. There's a whole bunch. My goodness. Up so far. Jarrett says, my Secret of Nim RPG group is a bit jealous. Well, bring them in. Let them come on in. Lennon says, my copy at least. That's cool. Oh, you got it signed, yeah. Crystalline. Hey, Crystalline. That's where I got my digital copies from the Dragon's Lair campaign. Totally worth it. Yeah, that campaign, we made $730,000, and we created that prequel. It's a prequel to the game. So it's an 8-minute prequel, and it's pretty cool. And we gave a lot of perks. And Don signed a lot of things. I remember that. I got to be the project manager of that. I got to be the editor of the whole video. Got to be a voice actor, in-betweener, color artist, smudge up. I did a lot of effects and After Effects. I mean, I'm all over that thing. And it was a huge experience. And I feel like I am definitely well-rounded now because of all that experience. Let's see. Joshua says, that's cool. Yes. Tom says, wow, now I feel lucky I've got them. I bought them like for 20 euros each in 2005 and 6, and I'm in Belgium. I bought them here in a shop, not even online. Yeah, man, that means you bought them cheap, and now they're collector's items. How about that? Charles says being rich is overrated. Does that mean you're rich, Charles? Spread the wealth, man. Give us all some money. No, I'm just kidding. Erica says, hello, Pepper. Yep, Pepper's right now. Now she gave up. She's laying down under my desk right here. She's like, okay, fine. You want to play? I'm going to sleep. Erica says, I'm talking about the Art of Animation book. Okay. Chris Line, I just checked the digital copies of both Mr. Bluth's books, and I got them from the campaign. They are in EPUB format. Yeah, okay, cool. EPUB. But I found some free software to view them in Calibre. Okay. Cool, as long as you can read them. Sarah, last fall when I started grad school, one of my classmates had an iPad and would work on animation homework during one of our art theory classes. By that Christmas, we all got iPads. That's awesome. Joshua Toro says, I posted my digital rough animation up on Discord, started cleaning it up. Would love it if you could get a look-see when you have the time. Is that in the Traditional Animation Discord group? Just tag me and it should show me and bring me to it. See, Discord, the thing about Discord is like a big chat system. So sometimes in the Traditional Animation Discord, it's huge. Got like, what just gets uh, not erased, but it just scrolls and scrolls and gets hidden. So sometimes it's hard to see older, Discord posts. So you should post it up on Traditional Animation Facebook group because that does not happen. And I actually approve all the posts that go on Traditional Animation uh, as quickly as I can. But because we used to get a bunch of spammers spamming weird stuff like selling watches and stuff, so I had to turn on post approval. The Onion Kingdom. Hey, Lavelle, how's it going? I was the guy who hosted that thing in the voice chat Saturday. Oh, hey, welcome. Onion Kingdom says this looks really nice. By the way, thank you so much. Let me zoom out. While I start talking and reading, I should always zoom out so you guys can get a good look. There you go. Jared says, Landon Kemp, I should have thought of that when I met him in Animation Convention in 2000. I don't think the books were out in 2000, actually. I think those books came out early 2000s because it was after the studio closed, after Bartok the Magnificent, and they were all working out of a garage with all the cells and artwork they had that they ended up donating to Savannah College of Art and Design. But I think they made those two books, in the early 2000s. Jared says, I was so excited and starry-eyed that I got to meet him in person, even got a career advice from him that I totally forgot to ask for an autograph or picture. That's okay. There may be another time. Let's see. The Onion Kingdom. What would you say is the cell you value most, Lavelle? Woof. Let me think about that while I do some de-smudging. I have this one. Okay, I love television cartoons from the 80s and 90s. As much as I love hand-drawn animated feature films, I would say, you guys probably think I'm silly, but I have a cell of Buster Bunny sitting in front of an animation desk that I treasure a lot. It's one of my favorite cells that I have, and it's from Tiny Toons, yes, but it's a great cell. I actually posted it on my profile on Facebook a while back when I got it, but that's still saying a lot. But I mean, I think it's because he's sitting in front of Tiny Toons. I used to play the video games even on like Nintendo or Super Nintendo and stuff. So when I see that, it inspires me because I see Buster Bunny sitting in front of an animation desk, and I don't know, it's just my favorite cell. Call me crazy, and I've got cells from movies, TV shows, tons of stuff. I got Hollywood from Ralph Bakshi's Cool World. It's a great cell, but still, that Buster Bunny. Erica says that's awesome. I love animation cells. Yeah, I plan on doing a video maybe of like showing off some of my cells in the future. Like, hey guys, check out what I got. I sell some of my cells too. When I sometimes get them in bulk. Like they're all from a single scene. So in reality, I only really need one because one from that scene, but it's ending and moving a little bit. So I'm thinking about putting those up on eBay, and because I've sold cells on eBay and on Facebook Marketplace before and did pretty good. I got like Captain N cells and gas money, milk money, that kind of stuff. All right, I think I'm almost done with this guy here, this little line man. And I was hoping by the next live stream I was going to start working on the actual video. Oh, nope, gotta get his ear. But it just got too hectic around here. So, because I was actually hoping to start this week, very, very challenging because the lion is underwater and we're not doing background colors. So it's going to be in grays and stuff. So it's going to be difficult. So I hope all you guys will be able to join me. It won't be next week. It'll be the following week. And it'll or your phone or whatever app you have open or even your desktop, depending on how you receive notifications. I get notifications on my desktop and my phone when stuff happens, when I hit that notification bell on other people's stuff, because I follow a lot of people on YouTube. So if you want, you'll know exactly when we're doing it, but it will be probably not this next Thursday, but the following Thursday, I'll be doing a live stream. And by then, I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing the next drawing. In fact, I'll make sure of it. There we go. Look at him. He's nice and clean. Are we ready to color him? Before I color him, let's look in the chat. Let me go to YouTube. Let's see, YouTube. Let's see. Carlos says, is it possible now to revive some animation project that Bluth? Brand new project. So everything is going to be fresh and new. We're not rehashing the beast. Would be just be another remake or rehash. So we want to do brand new things that have never been done before, create brand new characters, new contents, and not be like the rest of the world and just remaking stuff or bringing back old stuff. And, you know, I think it's a lot more fun to do it that way. And I love fresh new content myself. Let's see. Sarah says, I've been told Disneyland's still closed because it's much more compact compared to Walt Disney. It is. Yeah, it is. It's a smaller park. And hard to Traditional Animation Discord the other day while you guys were, we used to do contests in there where then we would post your artwork on Traditional Animation if you won when we first started it a year ago. I even want to do some contests where people can win like cells and stuff. I've got a whole bunch of extra cells. I was hoping to do contests through Traditional Animation, but right now I want to focus on Don Bluth Studios and just getting stuff out there. But in the future, yes, definitely. Once we're a bigger studio and we've got a lot more people, I'm probably going to delegate a lot of things to employees just to make sure Traditional Animation keeps up to date, keeps being huge, keeps growing. But pretty much everything that Don Bluth Studios does is going to be in collaboration with Traditional Animation, because Traditional Animation is huge. So he tricked you. They weren't all in-betweens. There was a breakdown. There are breakdown artists who just do breakdowns, and then they go to the lowest. Kaden says, thanks, I appreciate it. Just want to help her out. I'm pretty terrible at drawing myself. I just love to watch the creation. That is awesome. Careful driving out there. We're basically on fire everywhere. Yeah, I know. So you're in California. Yeah, that worries me too. I hope it was scary because I come from like Minnesota where there are no brush fires, and in Orlando where there's no fires as well. There's just hurricanes in Florida, and then in Minnesota there were tornadoes. So, but here we get brush fires, and it's really scary in their lives. It's terrible. I wish we could invent something. Humankind, we're inventive. So I wish we could invent something that could just stop fire, you know, from destroying towns and homes and people and wildlife. It's terrible. Maybe it will happen in the future, though. Brian says, Don's art reminds me of a hybrid between Ken Anderson and Milk Call. Ken Anderson designed there, and I'll talk about that. Lion was under John Lounsbury. So a lot of his stuff was from John Lounsbury, but yeah, he got lessons from Milt Call too, as well. Let's see, eraser. So he learned from Milt Call, John Lounsbury. Yes, Ken Anderson just did a lot of the designs. Ken Anderson pretty much Ken Anderson designed all of, you know, Walt's characters, and he felt underappreciated. In fact, he didn't even become a nine-old man, yet you know, you put a lot of work in and then other people take the credit. That always sucks. But I'm just going to color it. Well, yeah, I'll color this in. If I'm wrong, Don will tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, so Ken Anderson did, you know, Don learned from Lounsbury, Call. He was under Frank Thomas for a while. So it was, yeah, because I guess different projects put you with different people, but the most amount of time he was with Lounsbury. And in fact, when we visited Disney, I have not shown to the public yet. And one day it will be online. Plus, it's not like in order. All right, let's see here. Color that. Look at that. Lines coming together. Don's probably going to tell me where to put the shading, though. I'm pretty sure he's going to have me put it over here. I probably could just do that. Let's see. Tom says, at Sarah Galen, well, Disneyland is a smash through. If all goes well, personally, I will. So, and I won't. I'm not going to go in large public areas or anything like that. I'm just going to my buddy's house. Don Bluth University is on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so I'm unable to go on those days. I have to wait till those days are over to be able to go, and that will be Thursday, Friday. Okay, color this guy. His hair is a different color, so that's why I mean, if you look over here, his color's that. So, and I use like a pixely brush. I usually don't like pixel in other places, but for his hair, because his hair is fuzzy like that, I was like, let's do a pixely brush. I did it over here too. And that's a Clip Studio brush. I don't remember where I got it, but I do know that it's at the office, and I'm at home now, so I don't have it here. So I can't use the brush here to show you. I apologize. But yeah, okay, so we've been live streaming for an hour. So as you can see, clean around these lines. I'm probably going to get rid of a lot of the smudge and all this stuff, but in creation, start putting it together, and I'm going to put it together in Premiere, and I'll be live streaming my working in Premiere as well. So if you want to learn Premiere or see how, however, Premiere is an Adobe product, so if it takes up too many resources and the stream is really, really bad, I may not do live streaming with Premiere again. But if it works fine and you guys see it fine, I will just, I'll keep doing. See, let me go through the comments and I'll read them and everyone can hear them. Again, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Lavalle Lee. Traditional Animation Twitter page or Facebook page, you'll see a link to it. Oh, you think you're already in there? That's funny. New subscriber. Thank you so much, Annie. That's awesome. Also, when you subscribe on the little live stream, you get a boom, a little notification. That's awesome. It's a pretty big Discord. It's giant. So just know when you write something, 10 more people are going to write right after you. Katrina says, can we ask how big Don Bluth Studios is at the moment? We're working out Don's hour. I usually, keep my distance from Don just in case I got the virus or something and don't know it. New subscriber, Sarah. Hey, thanks, Sarah. But so pretty much all the people who work for us right now for Don Bluth Studios are remote. I don't want to say the exact number. Apple TV, they're doing little shorts, finished shorts where they put it in there and they're like these. I mean, look at Fraggle Rock. I think it's like 5-minute, for the new Fraggle Rock is like 5-minute little shorts. So Apple is doing a lot of that because, again, Apple, all their products are iPad, iPhone. So people don't have attention spans. So when they're on their digital devices, so that's why they're doing a lot of short, really short things, which is becoming really popular nowadays. But yeah, so I mean, we could do Bluth Fables if Apple got involved or something like that. But a friend of mine's like, yeah, it all has to be done remotely. But we work out of Don's house. Don has a really big house, so I mean, it could fit like 4. New subscriber, Omega. Thank you so much, Omega Synth. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Brian says, people often look at me strange when I show my passion for animation and appreciation of the talent that came before. I mean, my first time visiting Disneyland, I cried. Not only did I feel like I was on sacred ground, I cried too. You get a frog in your throat. You're nervous. You feel so much because the history and the love and the quality and the just everything combined that Disney was in the past. Walt did, and Uncle Walt, you felt like you're part of the family. I mean, you get that when you walk into Disneyland. I got that when I walked into Disney World. It was this wonderful feeling. That's why I moved to Florida, because I was like, I want to go to Disney World all the time. Everything Walt did, just amazing. Brian says, gotta have dreams. Yes, you do. Some people don't, but that's okay. If you don't have dreams, that's okay. Maybe you'll find it someday. Thank you for the stream. Have a good night. Yeah, thank you so much, Erica. Let me check we do pitch. We're pitched in the past, and we just didn't say anything. But we did pitch a project, and nothing came of it, unfortunately. But now we've got a couple of new projects that we're working on that we're going to go pitch. Don's doing a lot of writing. He's doing treatments, as well as writing his autobiography. No new TV shows are being made or movies. So this coronavirus happened at the absolute worst time. It shouldn't have happened to begin with, because it's a terrible thing, and people dying. It's just awful. So I hope all of you are staying safe out there, and I'm gonna fight for hand-drawn animation to the day I die, and that's a guarantee. And I can promise that I will fight for hand-drawn animation forever because it's my #1 passion and love. Sarah says, I was surprised I wasn't subscribed already. I'm surprised too, Sarah. What's going on? I'm just kidding. Thank you for subscribing. It's going. But unfortunately, mansion, that is so much fun. I love the technology in there. It's in the same area too, give or take. Let's see. Omega says, sorry if my messages or questions sound late. By the way, YouTube loves delaying messages on stream, as you probably could tell. Yeah, it's you. I think there's an 18 to 30-second delay between on YouTube and Facebook, so that's fine. I get to all your comments, so don't worry. Omega says the coronavirus happened at the absolute worst time. Oh, you're quoting me. There is a good time for it to happen? No, I did say afterwards it's a terrible thing, and there is no good time. So I retract what I said. I apologize. There is no good time for any virus. Jared says, heh. Let's see. Erica, yep. Thank you. I will have a good trip, I hope. Brian says, yes, the history. Yes, the history is amazing. Keep fighting the good. Katrina says, keep fighting the good fight, Lavelle. Thanks for the live streams. You are welcome. And again, doing this drawing right here of this guy, and it's going to be a challenge. Omega says, I know, I'm joking. Don't worry. I know. I'm just talking unfiltered, so I apologize if I say something that I shouldn't. James Paul says, hi. James, you came right at the end. That always happens, too. Every stream, someone comes right at the end, and I'm safe. And again, please subscribe on youtube.com/Lavalle Lee. This is not Prince John, but Don did work on Robin Hood, so there is influence there.